Hello everybody, this is B Junior from B Junior's Movie Cave on the Endurance Productions YouTube channel. I'm going to start a new series, guys. This is the first one in a series that I'm going to call Bad Cinema. Just keeping it simple, guys. Bad cinema. But not just any kind of bad cinema. Bad in that good way. These are going to be just from all genres, all walks of life, so to speak, in film. These are these little gems that are guilty pleasures for me that are just bad in that good way. And I can't stand it. I just like them. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about them as I go along. I won't go into any great detail, but just kind of tell you the basics about the movie and why they're bad, and also why I like them. I don't know why. I figured, what better way to start off this series than to just put my hands on the table and pull this bad boy over. We're going to start this series of bad cinema with the one, the only Megaforce. That's right. Look at that artwork. Thankfully, this just basically came out on DVD recently. It it's like 2012, guys, and it's finally getting out on DVD. That tells you how bad this one is. And this DVD is pure crap, too, guys. There's something wrong with the sound on it. It sounds like everybody's talking with a big shot of helium in the movie. It's like they got the sound sped up too fast, and everybody's kind of talking through their nose in the movie. It sounds like Bozo the Clown or something, just like that. Basically, let's back up a little bit. Megaforce is a bad movie, guys. It's very bad. It's just so bad, but I like it. And let me tell you why. Megaforce is directed by legendary stuntman and director Hal Needham. Hal Needham had decades of stuntman experience before hitting his director stint in the late 70s and on through the 80s. Megaforce coming from 1982, I believe it is. Hal Needham's more better efforts will include Smokey and the Bandit, also Cannonball Run 1 and 2, just to name a few off the top of my head. Hooper, he did a few films with Burt Reynolds, Stroker Ace, all kinds of movies like that. Usually a real stunt heavy and comedy heavy, kind of like action comedy movies. This one, he tried to go the high-tech route, and he partnered up with production company Golden Harvest. And if that doesn't really ring a bell right off the bat, Golden Harvest was I think a Chinese company that did a lot of Bruce Lee's kind of or kung fu ventures, basically, is what they were for. So he partnered with them, got the backing for the film. And I think it was released in theaters by 20th Century Fox and basically yanked before it got, because this movie died at the box office, guys. It was terrible. It's probably pound for pound Hal Needham's worst movie ever. It didn't make any money. I think it had a huge budget, but it was just so schlockily put together. One of the main things, basically the story of Megaforce is, it's the whole kind of global espionage thing where this secret army of fighting men, basically, from all the different countries of the world, and they all give delegates to Megaforce to keep peace for the globe. No, it's not set in the future. It's set in present day 80s, or 1982. Basically, they're operating behind the scenes with this high-tech, jeeps and dune buggies and motorcycles and all kinds of wild weapons and stuff. But they look so cheap, and they got I guess what at the time looks like high-tech paint jobs. Man, it looks like a disco gone wild, guys. These guys are supposed to be high-tech military, and they're dressed in like skin-tight spandex uniforms. Look like they're just rejects from a disco dance team or something with these little ray guns and stuff. If you want to have a laugh, if you ever watch Megaforce, look at their sidearms in the movie. They're plastic. They're little plastic play guns, guys. I mean, come on. They're not even real, faux or sidearms, prop guns. They're plastic ray guns that you could buy at Walmart. If you look at their uniforms close enough, and the little grenades and stuff they wear on them, they're plastic. They're not even. They're just like plastic little orbs that are taped to their legs. Anyway, I digress. But there's going to be a lot of that in this review, guys. Megaforce, this group of fighting men that basically keeps peace for the globe. They take on jobs sort of like the A-Team, basically, soldiers of fortune, but for a good cause, basically. They get involved with this tank thing. There's like a tank army in this fake country in the desert, which is actually Las Vegas. The desert's outside of Las Vegas, if you want some little trivia there. Basically, they get together with an English colonel, I believe it is, who's having trouble tricking the bad guys in the tank division to come across his border so he can uh, you know take them on in battle. The only problem is they get kind of duped into getting into this, and they're going to go in, blow up the guy's base, and trick him to come back across the border. The only problem is something about in the movie they do the job too well or something, and it becomes an international incident, as they call it, and they get stuck in between both armies, and it's about them trying to get out before they get blown up or something. They're running for their lives and trying to fight at the same time, and I don't know, it's just big cheeseball movie is all it is really. At its time, even in 1982, a lot of the special effects are just so schlocky. Like they call them holograms, guys. They're just basically mapping a TV picture over the desert and things that they're not for any real reason, really. It's just it takes too long to explain all the little things. If you've ever seen it, you know what I'm talking about. One of the worst things about this movie is the total miscasting of its lead role of Barry Bostwick, and the lead role is Ace Hunter. That's right, there has never been a superhero like Ace Hunter. Basically, Barry Bostwick is the guy from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I think his name was Brad in that movie, the main guy. Yes, the guy from Rocky Horror Picture Show is the main guy in this one. Smurf blue headband and all. Okay, he wears a Smurf blue headscarf. It's just he has it tasseled out of his helmet whenever he rides his motorcycle too. It's just so super cheesy, guys. It's so bad. Bad, bad, bad. Persis Kambata is the love interest woman in the movie. You've seen her in Star Trek The Motion Picture and Nighthawks with Sylvester Stallone and a few other 80s films like that. Oddly enough, Michael Beck from Warriors fame plays Ace Hunter's kind of second in command in the movie in Megaforce. And I don't know, some of the things work for me though. Like the motorcycle stunts in the movie are top notch. They're jumping over tanks, and the motorcycles themselves are armed with machine guns and rockets. The rockets are super cheesy though, guys. They're like the little ST's rockets we used to have back in grade school that you put together for like a science project. They got them mounted on the side of motorcycles, and they fire off all wildly like. It's a wonder they hit any targets in the movie at all. But now there's some good C-130 military plane stunts in the movie too, where they're trying to land on a dry lake bed. There's great stunts in this movie. That's what I like, the action of the movie. Plus, it's very nostalgic for me. It takes me back to my childhood. It's super cheesy, but whenever I want to just kind of look backwards a little bit and just have a cheeseball and just total non-thinking effort in an action movie, except none other than Megaforce. The music in the film is like this heavy synthesizer kind of gumball action movie tune, basically. I can't even imitate it. It's so great. I mean, the music score in the movie is awesome. Um, basically, I don't know. It's just, I don't want to go into every little last detail of it, but it's got some of the worst special effects, even for its time. There's some skydiving stunts in the first of the movie where she's trying to prove to him that she can go into battle with him, and it's kind of like a lull in the end of the first act, but they do that thing where they put somebody in front of a back screen, and one of them's on the back screen is actually skydiving, and the person on the front is just kind of laying around on a gimbal. If you slow it down, you can see the gimbal running up one of them's legs, running up to their back, and kind of just it's just so cheesy. Oh man, great, good times, man, good times. Deeds, not words. That's right, guys. I wish there could have been a better presentation. I don't even think there's a trailer on this thing. It is in 16 by 9, 1781 anamorphic widescreen. And this DVD does have one little extra scene at the end of it where they have Ace Hunter has a prototype motorcycle that actually is a jet engine too. It flies and sprouts wings and flies at the end of the movie. It's super cheesy. I know. I can't even believe I'm saying all this stuff. But basically, there's a little scene in there where he does kind of a loop-de-loop on it that's not on the VHS tape. And yes, I own the VHS, an old rental. I know, I'm sad. I'm a very sad man. I had to have it. But Megaforce is kind of a testament to its time. It was trying to be James Bond, A-Team, Airwolf. It was trying to do all that all in one movie. because that was the kind of the TV shows and the status of action movies back then. And Hal Needham was just trying to do something different, I guess. He was trying to go really high tech, and Hal Needham even plays a small supporting role as the main guy in the command vehicle here, that is kind of like their tech supervisor or whatever. It kind of controls all their weapons and stuff. But it's one of those deals where if you can find an old VHS of it, or if you can find the DVD for cheap, I say I wouldn't pay a whole lot of money for it. But if you're in the market for a good cheeseball action movie that you've never seen before, with a heavy synthesizer score and a lot of dudes running around in disco wear, firing weapons at tanks, lots of, and just like thousands of explosions, except none other than Megaforce. I'll leave you like that, guys. I've spoke long enough about a cheeseball movie like this. Good one from yesteryear, but it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea because it's bad cinema. Rock on.